それを許してくれなかった。私は死にたいのよ。
海は広いんだで、いつか必ずお前を守ってくれる仲間が現れる。ルフィを信じろ。
Let's kick things off with a quote from one of our favorite anime firefighters. The glowing blue bands that surround our bodies are the bonds that unite friends in a world of flames and smoke. Never break them. Captain Zoro, oops, we mean Captain Obi. Yes, same voice actor, for those who missed it, showing exactly why he's the leader of Company 8. Good evening, folks. Or is it just us? Or are the weeks flying by faster than Shinra's fire-powered feet? Maybe it's the side effect of working or studying way too many hours. But let's forget all that for now. You already know what time it is. The first part of our weekly segment, What's New with the News. Today, we're heading to the land of the rising sun. In the anime world, the spotlight is definitely on our podium picks. The final part of one of the most successful anime of recent years, Fire Force Season 3 Part 2. The adaptation of the latest work from the legend who gave us Fullmetal Alchemist, Yomi no Tsugai, and a title that may or may not be the next big hit based on a popular webtoon, Dark Moon the Blood Altar. We've also got the enigmatic Tatsuya, a master chef who cooks exotic animals, monsters, actually, and an adaptation based on an RPG game with a soundtrack that slaps. In the manga universe, we've got a story entering its final arc. Kids, cover your eyes. 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, something for those who like mixing manga with Star Wars, and a brand new sci-fi manga for anyone with a wild imagination. Convinced yet? Then let's roll. Hey YouTube, what about you? Which anime are you most hyped for this October season? Need a suggestion? We've got the final part of My Hero Academia and Sanda, brought to you by the studio behind Dan to Dan. While you think about what to watch, go ahead and hit play.
Bang.
そう、これは仕方のないこと。たとえどんなに受け入れがたくとも。
Let's kick things off with another movie from an iconic saga. In 2026, the geeky sorcerers make a grand return with the irregular at Magic High School, Yotsuba Succession Arc, where magic is powered by gadgets and thought particles. Yes, it's as weird as it sounds. The film has a fresh teaser, a stacked crew, and production by 8-Bit. Not a typo. Until then, binge it all on Crunchyroll and try not to cast spells with your TV remote.
残虐非道の狂血公爵。
お前が噂の魔物を食らう悪食霊女。
Now, for those who love cooking and exotic dishes, don't miss this one. After a soap opera-worthy delay, Pass the Monster Meat, Milady, premiered on October 2nd. And yes, it's really about a maiden who eats monsters and a bloodthirsty duke who finds that sexy. With battles, romance, and exotic meals, tentacles included, this series might just be Gothic anime's answer to MasterChef. And of course, it's all served on Crunchyroll, except in Asia. The Aniplex event brought plenty of new titles. Here's one of them. Coming in 2026, Bride of the Ogre takes place in a world where demons and humans live in peace until a handsome ogre decides to marry a teenage girl who lives in her sister's shadow. Literally, the bride of another demon. Expect romance, drama, and a dash of Twilight Yokai Edition. And yes, there's a studio called Colored Pencil Animation Japan. Not a joke. If the last one was based on a manga, this one's an original project. Inherit the Winds arrives in 2026 to blow in some historical drama with a side of amnesia. A soldier with no memory is adopted by Shinsengumi icon Soji Okita, gets a new name, a new life, and probably a stylish haircut. Created by a playwright with a soft spot for samurai and punny titles, this anime promises Bakumatsu vibes with eyeliner and emotion. Besides being based on an RPG, this next title has another strong point: the music. Nocia lands on Tokyo MX at midnight on October 11th, featuring 15 characters and a claustrophobic sci-fi game of Who's the Imposter? The crew drifts through space, suspicious of everyone, tossing suspects into cold sleep, because nothing says survival like a good social freeze. Soundtrack? A password-like lineup of artists, including Lingtosite Sigor. After the world ends, what's left to do? Tour the ruins of Japan. Touring After the Apocalypse premiered on October 4th and follows two girls who, post-apocalypse, decide to go sightseeing like it's a lazy Sunday. Between ruins and selfies in Hakone, the end of civilization turns into a chill road trip. Sweet soundtrack, deserted landscapes, and zero traffic. Who knew the apocalypse was so Instagrammable?
子供の頃から仮面ライダーが好きだった。彼は俺の唯一無二のヒーロー。
As kids, we all wanted to be some kind of superhero. Tojima Wants to be a Kamen Rider premiered on October 4th and introduces us to a 40-something guy with an existential crisis and a dream to become a masked hero. When he gets caught up in a robbery that looks like bad cosplay, he becomes a national sensation. Moral of the story? Never underestimate a fan with free time and a spandex suit.
想像上の存在と思われていた怪物、ヴァンパイアが世界に現れた。
And now, the highlight of the segment, today's podium. In third place, could this title fill the solo leveling void? In January, pop vampires hit the screen with Dark Moon, The Blood Altar, the anime based on Enhypen's Webtoon. Yes, that boy band that decided to mix supernatural romance with global fame. 7 handsome boys, a fancy school, and a mysterious transfer student. It's Twilight with choreography and millions of views. Grab your crucifixes and light sticks.
心配すんな。お前を守ってやる。
In second place, after Vampires, we've got the legendary Hiromu Arakawa and her new title. Or have you never heard of Fullmetal Alchemist? In 2026, Hiromu Arakawa, yes, the mind behind Fullmetal Alchemist, returns with Demons of the Shadow Realm, where a boy lives happily with his sister, who's locked in a cage doing mysterious things for the village. With demons, secrets, and stone guardians, this anime promises anything but rural peace. And of course, it's coming to Crunchyroll. Because drama sells.
親殺しの死んだ草壁。3ヶ月の間、まさしくお前は。
And finally, in first place, we have the conclusion to the story of our favorite supernatural firefighters. Fire Force returns in January 2026 with the second part of its third and final season. Because when it comes to firefighters with supernatural powers, there's never too much fire. Netflix has the exclusive in Japan, while the rest of the world puts out the flames via Crunchyroll. The production team looks like a talent upgrade convention, and the teaser already promises more explosions than a badly planned barbecue. If there are kids in the room, kindly send them out to take out the trash. This one's 18 plus only. 2.5 Dimensional Seduction enters its final arc, Tenshi no Manamani. And yes, the title already screams winged drama. The manga that started with an otaku saying, "I'm not into real girls," and ended with him photographing a spicy cosplayer, is finally tackling the big question, 2D or 3D love? Spoiler, expect blushes and minimal clothing. It's no surprise that light novels often get manga adaptations. Starting October 17th, below is the Dark KO line jumps from page to screen on Web Action, with artwork by Tomto and that emotional horror flair only Rokokoen can deliver. A girl who attracts strange phenomena and a guy obsessed with the supernatural, because creepy subway encounters are clearly trending. If you liked Festival of Heresies, get ready for more ghosts, mystery, and zero normal job interviews. This author launching a new story really loves teenage romance. Daisuke Hagiwara, the mind behind Horimiya, finally debuts an original series on October 10th. And no, we don't have a title yet, but we do have a quote dripping in teen angst. It's too bittersweet to be called admiration, and too meager to be called love. If that doesn't scream romance with tears and intense stares, nothing does. Get ready for ambiguous feelings and probably a protagonist with bangs. Star Wars fans, this one's for you. And yes, you read that right. The Force is strong on Kickstarter. The Art of Star Wars: A New Hope. The manga gets a deluxe English edition with Hisao Tamaki's art and more versions than lightsaber colors. From exclusive covers to faux leather cases and signed Darth Vader editions, almost. Fans can choose between casual collector or full-blown Jedi. The standard edition hits stores in summer 2026. Until then, may the hype be with you. Another story with a solid fan base, now entering its second phase. The Kingdoms of Ruin returns this November with Part 2 because magical revenge against genocidal scientists never goes out of style. Adonis, the furious wizard with a perfume-worthy name, continues his bloody mission against the Redia Empire, which decided magic was outdated tech. Expect more spells, blood, and philosophical debates about science versus sorcery, with explosions, obviously. To wrap things up, here's one for sci-fi fans. The writer's seriously talented. Bakudo Uno, master of turning teens into existential heroes, launches Vald Offline on October 10th, where a sweet middle schooler gets invited to a secret battlefield reserved for elite VR players. Because clearly nothing says normal school life like virtual warfare and early trauma, if you liked Alderamin or Spellblades, brace yourself for more sci-fi with a digital danger twist. We had to wrap things up with a quote from one of the greatest anime, and manga by the way, of all time. The value of a life can't be measured by numbers. Every person is irreplaceable. How are we still emotionally wrecked by the death of this man, Mace Hughes, all these years later? That image of the blood and the photo of his daughter, brutal. At least we know how Mustang's revenge for his friend played out. And yes, it was glorious. So, what did you enjoy the most? In the anime world, we had our podium moment. Supernatural Firefighters, the Benimaru vs. Karen fight is going to be one of the highlights of this final arc. Hiromu Arakawa making a comeback with a title full of demons, secrets, and stone guardians, and vampires who look suspiciously like they're in a boy band. We also had a post-apocalyptic road trip, an RPG-based series with a soundtrack that actually slaps. If you don't know the band led by TK, are you even an anime fan? And another movie arc featuring Tatsuya's complicated family, the irregular who wrecks anyone in his path. In the manga universe, we got the author of Spellblades launching a new sci-fi story. Get ready to have your brain twisted. Something Star Wars related for those who prefer drawings over live action. And 2 stories you should absolutely not read with kids in the room, or in the hallway, or on the balcony. Smash that virtual like button, share the video on your socials and with your crew, have a great rest of your Saturday, an even better Sunday, and tomorrow, you know the drill, we're back. Just turn on notifications and you'll get the alert for Part 2 of our weekly roundup. It's free, so we'll be waiting for you. Catch you tomorrow, folks.